everyone. Here to transform an ordinary chair into a wintry work of art even Elsa would be envious of is Maria. Look at those beautiful chairs.
Oh my gosh, she would be envious, and Alexandra can have this afterwards. She would love it.
Gosh, I know it'd be perfect for a frozen birthday party or
for
something,
a birthday
right?
party, for a wedding. These chairs are really just a fun winter DIY that you can do to decorate your house or for a party. Just a birthday girl, like you said, would love this. So it's just
even a winter wedding or a
bride and groom.
Right, my goodness. So I've noticed you've used chairs that are lucite, so they're clear. They look like ice themselves. Do you have to use a chair like that?
You know, I had this sort of vision in my head of what I wanted when I thought of what a frozen chair might look like. So that's why I went with this type of look, with just the clear chair. But really, you could use just about any chair that is like a hard surface. But what you're looking for in a chair are all these different levels that we have, because you want something that the icicles can hang on. So I found this chair. There's clear ones available online. I also called a party supply store that's local and asked if they had some, because I know this look people are using a lot for parties.
Sure.
So I called them and they had some available, and that's where I bought them from. I did buy them from there. They weren't giving them away, but you can have that at least as an option as well. But any chair with a similar structure would work. You could spray paint it white. Sure. You could even use a white chair.
As long as it wasn't flat back. You just need something to hang off
if you wanted to do a flat back and just wanted to do a small detail around the bottom, you definitely could. But definitely where the different detail is where your icy detail is going to be.
Okay, so wood, metal, plastic, that
should be good.
That's what you should be using.
Yes.
So how do we begin?
So, small amount of supplies, big impact. This is just hot glue.
That's it.
That's all it is to create this really cool icy look. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on showing you how to do that. You can see right there, that's what they end up looking like when you do your whole hot glue process. So I have some parchment paper that I have down here. I did this on glass before, and you can kind of peel it away, but it takes so much elbow grease and you have to be really efficient with it.
So this is easy.
This is super easy.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, this is just parchment paper, and like the same thing you use when you're baking. So all I do, you want your glue gun on its hot setting, and this does not have to be perfect, so I kind of pump a bunch out to create the top, and I go back in, and I kind of go down.
And do it. Nice.
And you'll kind of find your way as you do this, kind of going up and down, and that's really it as you do this, and you can kind of go like that.
That's really hot, I see.
Yeah, to create the little tip at the end, and just keep going with that. Something else too that you can do, I found, is you can just create some singles. So you kind of go like this.
Nice.
And do that. And and you can do some really big ones too.
How long does this take to dry?
It takes like no time to dry. Honestly, if you live in a cold climate, you could pop it outside and it would only take a couple of minutes. But if you're inside, I mean, you could give it maybe 10 minutes or something like that until you kind of check it and it starts to peel away. It'll peel away very, very easily with that. So you can just kind of see, then they end up...
I guess you have to measure probably the chair,
You could, but I'll show you. So, so how you attach it is just hot glue.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so you just attach with that, and I'll show you about the measuring with this. So I add some hot glue to my hot glue. And if you did do a bunch in one place, it would melt the glue, but because we're just doing a thin strip of it, it's not going to melt the glue.
So would you want to use hot glue? You don't want to use E6000 or something, because then you're stuck. That's never coming off.
Well, and you know, this isn't really going to come off either, and I'll show you why. So if in this moment I'm like, oh wait, I didn't want this one on there, I wanted a longer one on there, I could initially peel it off.
Okay.
But because when I go in and I'm securing these, I grab my hot glue and I just pump tons and tons and tons of hot glue on here. You can see it's even gonna fall down a little bit in the front there. And as it does that, and I keep going, it fills that space, and I found I could not get the hot glue off afterwards. So this is a commitment. This is not a temporary icicle chair. This is a permanent icicle chair. So you keep going. And Deb, like you mentioned about measuring, if I wanted to use, I could use these, like the single ones that I did to kind of fill the space. Or what I could do, I could grab a pair of scissors, cut, and do the same thing where I'm like, you know, I only want, let's see, I'll go to the top of the chair. Like if I want only a little bit of icicles on this end here. And you could do a little bit here, a little bit here. And if you have any of these icicle strings or the hot glue strings, just use a hairdryer on it. It'll melt them away.
And love that you could probably use the glittery hot glue and sort of make it sparkle as well.
Why were you not around when I was doing these at home with your sparkly idea?
I need to be honest with you, I'm a little surprised that you didn't use the snow.
Well, yeah, you definitely could. There's a lot of different options. Oh, the snow.
Right.
My snow text?
Yeah.
Okay, so the reason why I didn't use paint or snow text on here is because when you're sitting on these, that could potentially wear away and kind of chip away. So that was really my reason
and ruin your clothes.
for that. And ruin your clothes and
yeah,
your chair that you worked so hard on, because it can be time consuming to pump all of the hot glue out. And I will say it does take a decent amount of hot glue to pump all of these out. So give yourself a little bit of time, put on a Hallmark movie, and you can just pump all of it out.
But it's really worth it because the impact is really quite beautiful. When
yes.
If you saw a bunch of these in a room, it's so gorgeous. And I noticed are there icicle ornaments?
Yes, so a couple tips with this too. So you can see I found these like little icicle detailing online, and I just added them in to kind of see, but I ended up liking just the hot glue look. But like I said, I was committed after that, after I glued it on. But a great tip too, use the same brand of hot glue for everything, because different hot glues will look differently as they dry. Some can be cloudy, some can be really clear, and you're all set to go after that.